We tore them apart, my lord. Victory! We have crushed them. This place is yours, my lord.
Hey there, folks. DarkPhoenix here from DarkPhoenix Gaming, and welcome back to Medieval 2 Total War as the Byzantine Empire. We've just captured the province of Smyrna from some rebel filth, and we are going to peacefully occupy the settlement. As much as I like sacking and plundering settlements, we really want to reserve that for when we need public order resolved. And we want to save exterminating for when there is a real public order problem. So we'll just occupy. We'll also repair the motte and bailey. And we'll reinforce that one unit by dragging another onto it.
Orders.
And do that in a couple of places. Now, though, we're also going to stick in a mustering hall and then a wooden castle upgrade to make that a little better. With that out of the way, we can move on to a little bit of civil administration. Start working on our economy a bit. And let's see. We have a building ongoing in Thessalonica. I'm not going to stick in another. Corinth can have a small Orthodox chapel. And Nicosia here, I am going to start them out with garrison quarters, so that they can recruit some more soldiers to our army here. I eventually plan to, provided of course that the Turks or Egyptians don't get to it first, move up here and lay siege to and conquer Adana and Antioch to give us a foothold on this part of the Middle East for our future conquests. But for now, that building work will have to do. Let's see, is there anything else we need to build or anything? I don't like queuing up buildings this early on. It tends to result in me accidentally spending more than I will have, and I don't like that. So no, I think that really is all the civil type administration that we're going to be doing this term. We will end the turn. They're moving over towards Durazzo. The Venetians are. Great. Okay, Turkey.
My Sultan sends me with word
Trade,
for your
right. You want trade and map information. And that's generous, is it? Well, if it's so generous, then you can afford to grease our palms and show me that you are truly interested in such a thing.
We must decline this you speak of, Sadiq.
Oh, they don't have the money for it.
Something further for me to hear then?
So, how about, let's say, 600?
Enough of this for now. Very well.
Okay, that did not go according to plan. And the Hungarians are going after that territory there. As I knew they would. Sofia does tend to attract the Hungarians to attack it fairly quickly. I'm not surprised by this in the slightest. I'm not interested in hiring you. And yes, Rhodes is going to be my next target.
Yes, my lord.
They have a tiny garrison at the moment. How?
Your orders, noble one.
Let's see.
Of course, my lord.
We can't hold Smyrna without garrisoning it for
Yes.
the moment. That's going to have to wait.
Full sail.
Our fleet can beach themselves when we can get away with that, though.
Your Majesty. Orders. Your Majesty. Move out. We march no further today.
A couple of
Lord.
turns to get those forces into place here. Then we can remove that one unit of spearmen.
Orders. An order?
But Hungary, how would you
Yes,
like to trade
Is
with
there
me?
something I can do for you?
I don't think he's likely to take a bribe, nor are we really interested in that. Just trade rights?
Do not think our people accept this willingly. Goodbye.
It's just trade, dude. Calm down. Jeez.
Naturally, my lord. Today's journey ends. Today's journey.
But that's gonna be that diplomat's job, wandering around and getting trade with people. We're temporarily the largest faction.
Ready to trade.
Let me see here. Corinth. I also want to start getting some military buildings going, but we need to get a decent economy on the go first to have actual income to speak of. So I'll focus primarily on that, I think, for the time being. That said, we are going to get a garrison quarters at Corinth because we need to be able to recruit troops there. For a couple of reasons right now. For one, I want to get rid of these rebels, and for another, Durazzo is on my list of places to be interested in.
I think you have.
Especially since the Venetians are appearing to express their own interests in this location. So, for the time being, we'll end our turn. The Turks are moving further afield. They probably have the same idea we do. Make trade agreements with European powers. as well as suck up to the Pope so he doesn't try to murder us by calling a crusade or some such nonsense. Thessalonica and Nicosia are doing well. I'll get a small Orthodox church going on. We need to be a little bit religious, after all. Nicosia. I'll get another of those guys. And one more recruit in our military. That said, we also want a bowyer. Get some military type buildings going on in Nicosia. Because my plan eventually is to use Nicosia as a outpost to strike against this part of the Middle East. We're eventually going to want to conquer the whole of Egypt and Anatolia again, and having a castle here that we can use to attack places and that can recruit will be very handy.
Yes. March.
There are now 2 more turns until we can get those forces into Smyrna. Let's see.
Yes.
No.
Of course, my lord.
Our army is not a sufficient garrison at the moment. There's our diplomat. Ah, there.
On my way. Today's journey ends.
There we go. Diplomat's doing his job, and we're sending our armies to where they need to be. Going well so far. Pirates doing their pirate things. More of the same. He's very, very loyal, I suppose. We can take him. More chivalrous. Plenty of building construction everywhere. Corinth and Smyrna are now getting up there as well. It's been upgraded. I'm going to build some dirt roads and a chapel in Smyrna. Let's see. Nicaea here. They will have a land clearance, so they can actually grow food rather than eating the dirt or something. Nicosia, you're doing well. But after Nicosia is done with that, they can put up a land clearance. Thessalonica. Let's check at Corinth first. They need a land clearance. So Thessalonica can have a grain exchange. A little bit of recruitment. The Papal States are starting to like us less.
An order?
I would like to do something about that if at all possible.
Today's journey ends. Today's this journey ends.
So we're going to send our diplomat to sit over by the Pope. I want to start seeing about good relations with the papacy. For now. I mean, we're eventually going to end up at war with them, seeing as conquering Rome is one of our victory conditions. But that's a very long-term victory condition. So we can afford to not do that sort of thing at the moment. Great. Adana is under siege by the Turks. Looks like they may have beat us to those settlements. Even if they do, I'm still going to keep on reinforcing Nicosia, because war with the Turks is basically inevitable. Okay.
Orders. Move out.
Captain McCaptain Man.
Yes.
We will leave. Let's see, what happens if I leave those two behind?
Yes. We shall continue at first light.
It's good enough.
Make camp, men,
Good.
and rest here. Your orders?
Yes, my lord.
Your orders, noble one. We shall continue at first light.
Next turn we'll
Yes.
have that army ready to go, and we can hit Rhodes soon. Good, good. And the Turks were beaten back from Adana by the rebels, apparently.
Yes.
Not bad, my rebel friends.
On my way.
Well, you're only my friends until I decide to invade your settlements, but still. So for now, Constantinople. You need a church. It's kind of sad that the capital of our empire does not have a church. We need to do something about that. Pronto-like. Nicosia is doing well.
Your orders, noble one. Moving at once, noble lord.
My fleet can get in.
Bless you, lord. Back on dry land.
And
Your orders, noble one.
our
We
general
will engage them honorably, my lord.
is now laying siege to Rhodes.
Without question, we shall begin the siege.
Let's see. A battering ram. Some ladders and a siege tower. Let's mix it up a little on how we're gonna get into their settlement, shall we? 1 battering ram, 3 ladders, and a siege tower.
Besieging forces reporting, my lord.
Now, Smyrna needs a garrison quarters, I think. It's going to basically be on the front line when we do eventually go to war with the Turks, because their territory is somewhere out here. And Smyrna will be on the front lines. I still haven't decided if I'm going to convert Rhodes into a city yet, though. Okay. Let me see if there's anything else we want to build. Nicaea needs a port, so yes. And the turn. Turn report. We spent a bunch of money last turn. And Nicosia has their land clearance. So, next order of business. is to construct a castle at Nicosia to further fortify it against any hostile individuals, let's just say. Then we can start by recruiting a bunch more dudes there. And it appears that I've hit the time limit for this episode. So, I'm going to cut it here.
Your orders, number one.
Next time, Prince John will assault Rhodes with his forces, and we'll see if it doesn't go any better than the last one. So, this has been DarkPhoenix with DarkPhoenix Gaming. Thank you for watching. If you've enjoyed this, please share this video, and follow me on my social media, and subscribe to keep up to date on my latest uploads. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. See you then, folks. See you then.